Up, guys, and welcome to my edition of Simply Host of the Voice Joy. I guess this long season. Congratulations to you and our special guest, John of Three Count Podcast.
Yep. So how you doing, bro?
Chilling, man, chilling. I'm seeing all you guys be posting all the time about the Three Count, man. All these events going on in WWE, man, where everybody's catching. I'm just trying to catch y'all. So,
Yeah, man, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Especially after
yeah,
today, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
I didn't mean to go in
So
the
you guys stay tuned for that one.
I didn't mean to go in the group and spoil stuff too. I just got it ready.
Listen, yeah, well, I tell you what, Bernie is he's not too happy right now. I'll tell you that, but he's not too happy right now. I cannot wait to hear that rant. I don't even know how to comment right now.
I'll leave that to you because I've dealt with that dude for 28 years. I'll leave it. But while we're watching these, we'll just go on because I mean, again, what we were talking about before, other than Jordan Love, too many people that I'm really gonna think. Like I said,
Not a
interesting, but I don't think I see too much of it as an NFL. It's early.
yeah, no. I feel like a lot of these guys are like potential XFL guys at this point. I mean, they made be a third quarterback or a scout team quarterback, but outside of Jordan Love, like I don't see guys even getting drafted in the second group.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll come back to that. We're gonna go through all the quarterback all groups, but we're gonna focus on pretty much on tight ends and some pretty solid tight ends. We got Adam Troutman. We had a couple of people that actually showed out pretty well. Who stood out to you?
I think his last name is Degoria.
And Josiah
I
DeGuara.
can't. Yeah, I have it written down. His 40 unofficial was a 4.75, which is pretty impressive for a tight end. And with the new blocking drill, what I really liked is that he took the coaching really well, and he was one of the few guys that actually looked good in the new blocking drill, which to me says a lot because you got guys like George Kittle where like that's their bread and butter, like, that's how they get going, that's where the juice is, and that's kind of what you need to try to do. You need them to be able to run, catch, run routes, but you also need them to be efficient blockers. So I mean, he looked really good to me. Uh, I feel like we should just call him the curious case of Sullivan because the tight end from LSU. I mean, like again, physically he looks like an alley oop wide receiver, but during the blocking, even though none of the tight ends did outside of maybe two guys really did it that well. His feet still looked really good. He was definitely rolling his hips, but you can tell the blocking at the line of scrimmage was kind of a foreign concept to him, and I feel like you get him in a good system, you get him under some good coaches, like in a year or two, he can definitely flourish and he can be a really good tight end for you. Especially now that they're running two tight end sets. Like he can be a tight end 2 or a tight end 3 that can, you know, catch one over the middle and break. Because he had pretty good speed too. So I mean, when you have those linebackers that are going downhill, you have like small linebackers now. You throw it up top. He's an alley-oop kind of guy for sure. So I really liked him catching the ball. I really liked what he did. He wasn't great by any means, but you saw a lot there that you can mold. Like he's a project guy.
Yeah.
And those are the guys that like this tight end group where like I would say the picking start in maybe the mid 4th round. Like he's a guy you can take a flyer on the 6th round or even the 7th, and he can be your 7th round pick and potentially 5 years down the line be your starting tight end. So I mean, it's a very low risk, high reward kind of pick. physically because of what he gives to you. But yeah, I didn't know a lot about the kid from Dalton at all. And I mean, overall, even in the blocking drill, it was a great drive. You heard the pop in his hands. He had great feet. His back stayed flat, and then on the catching drills, he caught everything. His eyes looked great. He didn't catch it with his body too much. He plucked it out the air. He ran a good 40. He's a guy that unless you're watching lower Division I football, you wouldn't even know about him. But I think he definitely made himself some money today. Like, he's a guy I definitely look at for, especially with the Falcons letting go of their tight end. I could definitely see the Falcons looking at in the fourth round. I could see even Denver taking a look at him in the fourth round, maybe fifth round. Because I mean, they have Noah Fant, but then he looks like a guy that can go across the middle. He can get you on short routes and he can move the chains for you a lot. Yeah, I like Cole Kmet overall, and I think with his pedigree, he'd probably stand out as the top guy. My only issue that I noticed is when he came on his 40, his release was really slow. And a lot of his drills, his release off the line of scrimmage be really slow. And for me, at tight end, unless you're blocking, that's something something that's not good, because at that point, you allow the DBs and you allow the linebackers to kind of pick up on where you're going. And, you especially on like a rub route, like you can get a block and go, and you're gonna get cracked by a linebacker if he's releasing that slow. And by the time he gets into his break, that's a pick, or he's gonna get blown up and he's not catching anything.
All right. So I know pretty much we agreed on a lot. As we're talking, we're watching the second group of receivers growing. But I know we even go back and forth, so I know pretty much agreed on, like you said, just to follow up the blocking sled, we both agree. Stroman did probably the best, followed by Colton Key, Mr. Hopkins, and Josiah DeGora. Probably the worst that need the most help of development with these guys and Alberto.
All right, hold on. Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, guys, we're watching, we're doing the country line reactions. We're also watching the combine. It's running 40 as we speak. He's clocked in at an unofficial 46. So, definitely going over this group as well. Is that, I know you're a Bama guy, conversation, but is this what you see, or do you think it was fast?
You got to say that again, because I didn't catch most of what you said just now.
He can run faster than he just ran.
Absolutely. I think that he can probably get into maybe the 4.43 range, but I think a 4.46 for his game is right around where you would expect, because he's the type of guy where he has that burst of speed, but he also has that really good change of direction. And if you got too much speed, you can almost kind of let the speed get away from you when you're on the brakes, and that's how you see guys that are trying to break and they fall really bad in like bad weather. Like 4.46 to me is pretty standard for those kind of guys. And you don't want him to have like a 4.39, because if he's trying to break and he has to stop, that's how you tear an ACL.
So we're going to see CD Lamb run, and I'm going to ask him real quick before we wrap up on the tight ends about Alberto's 45. You guys talk about that. CD Lamb is up, guys. Oh my gosh, he's pretty quick. 4.51. Faster.
I mean, that's kind of what you expected, though. That's he's more of a. I feel like he's more of a screen guy. I feel like with Jerry Jeudy, he's very much he's a route runner. So you would expect him to get off the line of scrimmage pretty fast, break out. You don't see that with CD. CD is very much an after the catch kind of guy. And even though that speed can get away from people at 4.51, he's not a guy that's gonna he's not a guy that's gonna burn you going straight up. He's definitely a DeAndre Hopkins where DBs are gonna be able to keep up with him, but he's gonna be able to snatch it over.
Real quick before we end on the side, Alberto's got anything for that? Or you guys didn't know he burnt up. He burnt up the track with the 40. So right before we end on the side end, got anything?
I mean, again, I have him clocked in at the 4.49, which is incredible for someone his size. But you couple that with the fact that he went to Mizzou and you see the way he performed in his drills. It's one of those things where it's like he's fast, but what else is he good for? Because he didn't perform well at all, really. Like he caught a lot of the gauntlet stuff with his body. You could tell he's uncomfortable blocking. So it's like, yeah, that speed is great, but your man dropped like what 2 or 3 over the shoulder passes that were layups. He's got a lot of stuff to clean up. A lot of stuff to clean up. So I mean, I don't know. That's kind of my thing. Where it's like he's fast, but that's it. Like you don't see even his tape is subpar at best. So I mean, that speed kind of means nothing, especially for a tight end.
Why does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's one of those things where, all right, if you got him coming out the backfield a la Deebo Samuels, then you could be on to something. If you're going to have him, on jet sweeps and everything, then yeah, that's cool. But if you're just going to have him at the line of scrimmage, you can't block. He's not his get off. It's one of the things where it's like that's nice, it's flashy, but it's like, functionally, what is he doing for you? He's not doing anything. Ooh,
He's moving.
okay. That definitely helped. I guarantee you, Carolina's going to look at him now.
It's gonna be a long night, I see, but it's only day 1 of the combine.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be up a lot this weekend. I can see it already.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this video. This is all about the tight ends, even though we kept going off track. But we'll cut this. We'll be back with some more. We're gonna hit up the one of the quarterback and receivers. Sound good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be back with you guys after this is done. See ya.
We'll be back, y'all.